Hello. What's up, everyone? This is the worst part for me, is starting a live video. Once we get into it, I'm good. But how is everybody tonight? I'm super excited to be back on this Monday night to share some more fun recipes with you. And it's the month of March now. And we're super excited for all the fun things that happen in March. And one of them happens to be St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to do a St. Patrick's Day feast on this live tonight. And I've done a lot of prepping so that we won't be on for forever tonight, but you will be able to see the finished product. So I'm super excited about that. The two recipes that I'm going to share with you tonight are corned beef and cabbage. And I know a lot of people say they don't like that, but I really like this recipe. It's super good. I love the vegetables in it. The vegetables are just delicious, and the corned beef is super good too. And if anybody doesn't know, corned beef is just brisket that's been brined. And then you cook it in some simmering water. I'm going to teach you all about the corned beef and cabbage. And then we're going to make some Irish soda bread. That is another staple. Hi, Janet, that they have had in Ireland forever. It's, hi, Vanessa. It's a quick bread. It doesn't have yeast in it, so it's super awesome. It's super great if you just want to have some bread. It doesn't take too long. So those are the things that we're going to make tonight. Hi, Judy. Hey, everyone. So happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope that you'll try this for your family and just celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I know a lot of people don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day too much, but we have Irish heritage in our family. And so it's something that we've always celebrated, just to celebrate our heritage and our family and all the things. So that's what I'm going to share with you. Oh, there's Holly. Hi, Holly. Hey, honey. I hope you're doing good. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm super excited. We're just going to get in. We're going to get started. Hello to everyone. I think I've said hello to everybody that I have seen so far. Thank you for sprinkling. And the hashtag word is March, right, Holly? Correct me if I'm wrong. Remember to do the hashtag and to sprinkle the video out so that more people can see that we're on. But I'm super excited to get going. And first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the vegetables to our corned beef and cabbage. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I've had it on the stove for about an hour and 10 minutes. For corned beef, you need to simmer it. You need to cook it for 45 minutes per pound in the simmering water. So this one's 2 pounds. So it needs an hour and a half, and it's been in about, a little bit more than an hour. Okay, it's just simmering. And what I have in here with it is the little spice blend that it has inside the corned beef. When you buy it at the store, pre-packaged, it'll have that little seasoning packet in there, and you dump that in there. Then you add some sprigs of thyme, 2 bay leaves, and some salt and pepper in there. And then you're just going to bring that up to a boil, turn it down, and let it simmer for an hour and a half, okay? Or 45 minutes, depending on how big your brisket is, your corned beef is. So we're ready at this point. I wish you guys could see. It's just kind of, maybe I can bring it over there so you can see it. And you want to make sure that you keep enough water in there. I'm just going to set it down so you guys can see. Can you see it in there? It's just cooking in this water. And you always want to make sure you keep enough water in there to keep it covered, okay? And then all the thyme and the bay leaves and everything's in there cooking with it. So that's what's been going on for a little over an hour now, okay? So what you're gonna do at this point, I'm gonna turn it up just a titch. It's looking really good. I'm getting super excited. Is we're going to add the vegetables. And at this point, all we're gonna add in are the onions, the carrots, and the potatoes, okay? That's what we're gonna add in right now. Just gonna do it with some tongs so it doesn't splash on me. You're just gonna add all your vegetables in. And this gives your vegetables a super yummy flavor also. And we're just gonna get these tender, okay? So I'm gonna get all this in here. It's super hot, so don't go quick and burn yourself. All right. And then the cabbage is gonna go in just a little bit, because you can't have corned beef and cabbage without the cabbage. So let's put all this in, just about there. And you can use any kind of potatoes. I just use the little potatoes. Just keeps it, this is kind of a rustic dish. Okay, so I got everything in there but the cabbage, and it's gonna go in just a minute. So then you're just gonna stick the lid back on, and you're gonna let it to continue to cook for like 15 minutes. Sorry, I'm looking away. I'm just gonna time it just so we don't forget about it. You're just gonna put the lid on, and now we're gonna cook the vegetables in with our thing. Hi Belinda, hey everyone. Welcome. We just got our, if you're just hopping on, we're just getting our corned beef and cabbage ready. So I've been cooking this for about an hour, a little over an hour, and now I'm adding in vegetables, carrots, potatoes, and an onion. And then we're gonna add the cabbage in about 15 minutes. After the other vegetables are tender, then you're gonna add your cabbage in so you don't overcook your cabbage. And then we're gonna slice it up, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So I'm super excited. Has anyone ever tried corned beef and cabbage? Hi Belinda. So if you have, heart it up if you've ever had corned beef and cabbage, and if this is the way you cook it, or if you do something else. But it's a very simple recipe. It just takes some time on the oven. So that's it. So simple. And I have both of these recipes are up on the blog at hollyandrenee.com. And after the live's over, if Holly's still on here, maybe she can go link the Irish soda bread and the corned beef and cabbage. You're also part Irish? Sweet, Janet. Yay. So anyways, maybe if Holly's still here, she can go pin those two blog posts, and there you'll find the full recipe. You have it most every Sundays here in Newfoundland. Oh, that is amazing. You'll have to tell me if I make it like you, or if, you know, I'm making it American way. I probably am, but that's okay. So, but that's what we got going in here, and it is a super, super yummy dish, and super easy. So, okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put together, you love corned beef and cabbage? Oh, good, Holly. Will you pin those two blog posts for me so that they can get there quickly if they want to? Okay, so next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna get this Irish soda bread going. So what I got right here is 3 cups of all-purpose flour, okay? Going in. I just like to sift everything together. That's just me. I'm usually a sifter when I bake, so. Okay, so this is just the all-purpose flour, 3 cups going in. Okay. And you know, you don't have to put it in all these separate bowls. I'm just doing it for time, so. But when you're making it, you can just put it in. And then I have a cup of cake flour, okay? So 1 cup of cake flour. And if you can't find cake flour in your store, if I get it, I have to like order it off of Amazon. But there's a little, what do you call, like like a little dupe to make your own cake flour. And I put that in the blog post, but all you have to do is like, for every cup of flour, you take out 2 tablespoons and replace it with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And then that will make you some cake flour. And then you won't have to worry about getting it from Amazon or worrying about it not, you know, being there at the store when you're looking for it. So, okay, so now we have a teaspoon and a half of cream of tartar. I still need this, so I'm not gonna get rid of that. Teaspoon and a half of soda. And the soda and the buttermilk, with the reaction that it has, is what makes this bread rise a little bit. So that's super cool. And then we got a teaspoon and a half of salt. And then 3 tablespoons of sugar, okay? And I got all that going in there. And then we're just going to sift this, okay? And this just helps mix everything together. This is a super simple bread, and it's really good. Super tasty, hearty. It's a hearty bread. It's hearty and it's crusty on the outside and nice and moist on the inside. It's just super, super good. Okay, so there we got all of our ingredients all mixed together. Got all this. And now what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take a spoon and we're just going to spread the flour back just like this. Oh wait, I'm missing a step. So hold please, hang on. I'm about to goof up. I do this every time. Okay, so we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of butter and we're going to stick that in there. And you can either use a pastry blender or your hands. I like to use my hands because with your hands you can feel that it's getting mixed in. With the pastry blender, I'm not so sure. Just with this little amount, because it's not very much. But if you use your hands, you can feel it. So I just put some gloves on, and that way you don't have to get your hands all dirty. And you want this butter to be cold. Just break it up into some pieces, and then you're just gonna start mixing it in with this flour. So we're just going to do that until it gets to like a crumb consistency, your flour and your butter mixed together. Okay. And the cold butter mixed in with the dough also helps it rise. It's like when that butter melts, it just like, I don't know what the proper term is, but it just like, I don't know, it helps the bread like expand and be fluffier, and it just does great things in there. I'll have to get the term. But anyway, so you always want to use cold butter. Just get that all mixed in. Doesn't take very long. This is a quick, simple bread. It kind of reminds me of biscuits a lot. And but when you slice it up, it really doesn't have the texture of a biscuit, so it's super cool. All right, so I got that all done. So you just kind of got that butter worked in there, and it kind of makes it look like fine sand a little bit, okay? And now we're gonna put a whale in the middle of this, okay? You just wanna put a little hole in the middle of your flour, and then you're gonna add in your buttermilk. This is 2 cups of buttermilk. Just gonna pour it right in there. Okay. And then you're just gonna take your spoon, any kind of spoon. I just like wooden spoons. They're my favorite to mix with. And you're just gonna start going from the from the inside out is what I meant to say. And just start incorporating all this flour and buttermilk. Okay. And the trick to this bread is you don't want to over mix it, because if you do, it'll make it tough and chewy, and you want it to be soft and fluffy. So you don't want to over stir. So I'm just gonna mix it till it's pretty incorporated. this, okay? Just keep turning it, just like that. I'm super excited to eat this for dinner. I won't be able to make it for St. Patrick's Day. Nobody will probably want it again that soon, but we'll see. So, okay, so I got it mixed like that. And now all I'm gonna do is dump it out onto my baking sheet. I hope you guys can see with this new way I got everything going. I hope you can see. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of flour. Look, you guys, that's all the flour I have left in my house. I think I better go to the store. I bake too much. Okay, so you're just gonna lightly dust it because you don't wanna add too much flour. And then we're just gonna turn that out onto the pastry mat. And then we're just gonna continue mixing it just a little bit till it all comes together and forms a nice ball for us. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn it a little bit. And all you're gonna do is you want it to be, if you have one of these pastry sheets, it works great because you want it to be a 6-inch round, okay? And they have that on here, so I just kind of follow the pastry mat, but it doesn't really matter, but you just want to have a nice round ball, and that's all you really want to mix it. You don't want to over mix it because you want it to stay fluffy and beautiful and light after it bakes. So you guys, that is how quick this Irish soda bread comes together, and you won't believe how delicious it is. And you can either use a cast iron skillet with a parchment paper liner, or you can just use your a baking pan. Oh, hi Devin Woolsey. You can also just use a baking pan, but I like to use the cast iron. It gets it super hot. It makes it super crusty because I've made it both ways and I like it in the cast iron skillet better. But if you don't have one, that's okay. And then you're just gonna grab it just like that. We'll make sure that's gonna stay on. And then you're just going to plop it down into your pan like that. And then you're gonna take a paring knife, okay? I'm gonna kind of pinch it together right here. Just kind of make sure it's all together. And then I'm just gonna cut an X in the top. I think it kind of helps, it makes a cute little design, and it kind of helps the middle get done because it's gonna expand like that, and it helps the middle to get done and not be all, whoops, all doughy and stuff inside. So there you go. There is your Irish soda bread in like seconds. Now you just have to bake it. Of course, you have to bake it. And so we're gonna put this in a 400 preheated oven for 35 minutes. For my oven, 35 minutes is perfect. For yours, you're just gonna kind of have to play with it, but just somewhere between 35 and 40 minutes. But 35 is perfect in my gas oven. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stick this in there. Whew. And just like that, your soda bread is in there. We got 2 minutes, and then we can put the cabbage in there. So we're just gonna clean up a little bit. I'm gonna take my gloves off. And just like TV magic, I'm gonna bring this over here. There is our Irish soda bread all done. So, can you guys believe that? Can you see that? That's so super awesome. And the outside is nice and crusty, and the inside is delicious and soft. So what you're gonna do after it comes out of the oven is you're going to brush it with a little bit of butter. So I'm gonna melt some butter in the microwave. It's just a couple tablespoons of butter do this. I'm just gonna melt that just for a few seconds. And then we're gonna take a pastry brush and just brush the top. I know, doesn't this look so yummy? We're gonna slice it up and put it on a tray so you can see it. But isn't that delicious? You're gonna wanna let this cool off for a little bit before you cut it. It just helps it stay together a little better. But this is so good. This pan is still a little hot because I just cooked this one, but check that out. We're gonna pull it out and slice it up after we put the butter on it. Okay. So you're just gonna take a little bit of melted butter and you're just going to brush it. I'm just gonna do this so it won't be so hot. So I just melted some butter and now I'm just gonna take a pastry brush and just brush the whole thing with some butter. Just like that. Put it in the little X. I'm just gonna keep brushing it. And all that butter, that yumminess is just gonna soak in there. Give it that little extra touch of yumminess because butter is so good. All right. Okay. And if you don't use it all, that's okay. You're just gonna wanna get the top all brushed up just like that. So 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay. So there we go. Look at that. That's like a work of art to me. Ta-da! Look at that thing. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside and we're going to check our vegetables and see if they're tender. So I'm going to grab a fork. Whew, looks so good. Okay, let's see how we're doing. So they're still a little bit rocky. So we're going to let that cook a little bit longer. I'm going to turn it up just a titch. Okay. But we're just gonna keep working on this bread and I'm gonna show you what it looks like all sliced up and beautiful. So I got myself a cute little kind of rustic looking serving tray because I thought that would be super fun to put it on. And then I just got myself a cutting board and a bread knife so we could cut this up. So I'm just gonna grab it. Make sure the paper doesn't come with it, and we're just going to stick it right on the cutting board. Get this out of the way. And your cast iron cleans up super easy. And then we're just going to go to slicing it. So, and it's not super hot, so I'm not worried about it. Okay. All right, you guys see on the inside this delicious Irish soda bread. It's so good. And then you can cut the slices as thin or as big as you'd like. It's still a little warm. I'd probably wait just a titch longer if I wasn't on live to cut it, but I wanted to cut it with you guys. So I may just cut a few pieces just to show you and let it set up. But if you let it cool off, it'll stay together a little better. The top won't come all off. But I just want to show you the inside of this bread. Can you guys see that delicious bread in there? And the outside is crunchy and the inside is super moist and delicious. I'm so excited for you guys to try this bread for any day. I wouldn't just eat this for St. Patrick's Day. Make this bread. If you want to have some bread with the dinner you're making, throw this bread together because it comes together in minutes and then it just needs a little time in the oven to cook and you're ready to go. But I don't want to slice it up anymore until it's cooled off a little bit. But here's our Irish soda bread and it has the best taste. It's so yummy. So if you try this, you guys have to let me know and tell me what you thought of it. But this is what we're going to eat with our corned beef and cabbage, and it's so, so good. All right, well, I'm gonna clean up this. And of course, nothing ever comes together like it's supposed to when I'm cooking. So what I think I might do is pull the corned beef out and because you need to let the corned beef rest for about 10 minutes before you slice it. So I think we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna pull the corned beef out because I'm sure it's done. And then I'm gonna turn this up so our vegetables will cook quicker. And then I think that will be a great idea. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's see, what are we gonna, I think I'll just put it on this cutting board that we're gonna cut it on. We're gonna grab it out of here. Just gonna give it a stab. I'll kind of show you what it looks like. It looks a lot prettier when you cut it, but right now here is the piece of meat, the main event, and we're just gonna turn this up and let it boil. And then we'll stick the cabbage in, but I'm just gonna get some tin foil. We're gonna cover this up. And then we're just gonna hang out, I guess. Well, that one's gone. It has a little piece left that I don't want to waste, but it's not enough for this. Okay. So I just always like to wrap it up while it rests so the heat doesn't all escape, okay? So I just wrap it up like this, and we're just going to let it set here and do its thing. So while we wait for the vegetables and we get the cabbage in, let's just talk about a few things. So if you're in our Love Yourself box group, the boxes went out. You should actually be getting them any day now, if you haven't already got them. And it was a super, super fun one. We're gonna do the box reveal on Wednesday, so make sure you tune in and see that so you can see what was in our March box, which was so, so cute. I loved it. I wanted so bad to wear the t-shirt tonight, but I didn't. But I can't wait that we can share that with you on Wednesday. And if you'd like to be in on the Love Yourself box, it's a monthly subscription. It's $69 a month. That includes free shipping in the US. So that's all included, and it has a bunch of really, really awesome things in there. Sometimes we do a shirt, a big bag, something fun for summer, just a big item. And then Holly crafts a homemade craft for you. I pick one of my favorite recipes that would go with the box theme. And then we also have a for this year, like we have something that I don't even know how to explain it. So you get these blocks, okay? And then they're for home decor also. And then every month you get something to change it out with. So you get something monthly to put on your blocks to go with the seasons and to go with what's going on. So that's always in there. Then we always have some kind of treat in there that's super fun. And then our dad writes poetry, and we share one of his poems with you. It gives you a lot of inspiration or laughs. We created this box for you to feel good when you opened it and get some inspiration, be excited to get a treat. Everybody loves a little treat. Some things to decorate your house, some cooking ideas, because if you're like me, I never know what to cook for dinner, even though I love to cook as much as I do. I'm still that person that's like, what are we gonna have for dinner? And hopefully these recipes can inspire you and give you something to have for dinner. And I promise they'll be good. But we just want you to have this overall feeling of love when you open it. That's why we call it the Love Yourself box. A little something for you to make your life easier as a mom or a grandma or just a busy woman in general that just needs a little TLC for herself. Holly and I hope to bring that to you and give that to you. So if you're interested in that, they're over on our website too at Doing What We Love with Holly and Renee. So you can go check that out. And remember, Wednesday, we're going to do the box reveal. So that's always super fun. And all those of you that are in our Love Yourself box, just know that April will not disappoint and you will love it too. So we're super excited. Okay, I'm going to poke these veggies and see where we're at here. Let's see. This always happens to me. I think I'm planning and everything's going to be perfect. And I can't even get one. Okay. Let's just grab a potato. Oh, you guys, it smells so good. Okay. We're just going to grab this little potato and try to put our fork in there. He is super, super close. He's super close. We're going to get these darn vegetables cooked. All you have to do is cook them till they're tender. Let's find a carrot. And here's like the thyme stem. The thyme leaves will all fall off. You can just take that out. Okay, let's check out our carrot. Oh man, they are like so, so close. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just throw the cabbage in. When you guys make this at home, please just follow the recipe, but I'm just trying to get it cooked for you so you can see the end result. So we're gonna stick the cabbage in. You only need to cook the cabbage for like 5 minutes. That's all you need. I'm just gonna crank this sucker up because you don't want to overcook your cabbage. Okay. So anyways, Holly, is there anything else we need to talk about? You guys, I feel bad. Oh well, for my best planning, this is how it always works. But you guys, that's just how simple this dinner is. It's not hard. It's an easy thing to do for like a dinner to celebrate with, because it's not hard, super easy. Didn't take much time. You can make the bread the day before, stick it in a Ziploc. It's great the next day, whatever you needed to do. And I just can't help myself. I have to have, you guys, can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear the crunchiness of this bread, but it's so crunchy and so good. Okay. Let's crank that baby up. We're just gonna do this. It's too quick, it's too much. I don't wanna leave you here, or I don't wanna make you stay here with me all night long. So we're just gonna unwrap this and we're gonna start cutting it. Okay, you just want it to rest for a little bit. And it does have some fat on it. So I'm just gonna cut that off. Okay, get rid of this. Take this fork, flip it over. And there's just this little bit of fat right here on it. I'm just gonna get rid of it. So, I should have put a paper towel underneath my cutting board. That's a trick, so that if your cutting board is moving around on you, if you put a wet washcloth or wet paper towel or something under there. That wasn't as thick as I thought, so I'm cutting some of that meat away. But anyways, I just don't want to eat this fat. So we're just gonna get that off. And if you don't mind it, leave it on, but I don't particularly care for it. Okay, and it's nice and pink inside. It's the way it's supposed to be. Let's just get that piece off right there. Oh yeah, now we're gonna be cooking. Okay, just get this fat away, and I'm gonna get that meat off there because that's a waste. You don't want to do that. And then you always want to cut a brisket on the grain. Okay, so the grain is like the grain is running this way. Okay, So I just like to always just stick it on an angle like this and just start over here. And you're just gonna slice your corned beef up, okay? And it looks delicious, it looks perfect. It's nice and tender. Do thin slices. I like to just do thinner slices, but do whatever you want. And we're just gonna slice this up, okay? And when you cut it against the grain, it makes it easier to eat, okay? Makes it more tender. I really want you guys to try this. I think you'll be surprised if you've never had it before how much you like it. And this is how I cook it. You guys, there is 1,000,001 ways to cook corned beef and cabbage. So if this isn't the way you do it, that's okay. I just wanted to share my recipe with you. You can also do it in the crock pot if you want to, but I like it this way the best. So this is the way I'm gonna teach you. All right, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that looks so good. All right. We're gonna get it all arranged on a plate. So there we go, now you guys can probably see it a little better. We're just gonna get this all sliced up. And I started cutting the wrong way. So I'm just gonna try to hold it with my fingernails and just finish slicing it up. So I kind of wrecked it because I wasn't paying attention, but it's okay. I didn't wreck it, just the slices aren't as pretty. But there is your corned beef all. I'm gonna put all this up here so you guys can see it. Here's your corned beef all sliced up, ready for your tray. And it's nice and pink and tender and delicious. It's so good. You guys have to try this. It's so yummy. Okay. So there's our meat. And now I just have this pretty little serving platter, okay? I gotta switch it up so you guys can see. And all we're gonna do is line all this delicious meat right in the middle. Well, actually, I'm gonna put the vegetables first because I hate it when the vegetables like cover the meat. So we're gonna do the vegetables first. And I'm sure I've been boiling the heck out of them. I'm sure they're probably done now. Let's just see. Let's just do this. Oh yeah, these are perfect now. Let's see. Woo! So good. Okay. So I'm gonna try to get all the cabbage off the top first. Just gonna turn it off. Like that, and drain the juice off as well as you can. And then I'm just gonna start putting all these vegetables around the edge of this plate. Okay. We're gonna break this up a little bit because I didn't get the core out quite as well as I should have. So we're just going to, oh, there's a bay leaf. Take the bay leaf out. Just gonna look around for all this cabbage. Just gonna put it around the plate. And this cabbage is so good, you guys. All right, that's probably about as good as I can do it, actually. And then we're just gonna start putting these vegetables all over this tray. Make sure you get as much water as you can off. And just start lining your plate with all these delicious vegetables, just like this. It's a really pretty presentation, really rustic, and oh my gosh, it's falling everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna get some of this cabbage over here. I want it to be a beautiful presentation. Usually I would drain these vegetables. I would drain them, but I don't want to take the time to do it. So it's a little rough, but you guys will get the gist. But if I was you, I'd get a colander and I'd just drain your veggies. Okay. I'm just gonna put this all around the edge. There's lots of potatoes, carrots, onions, all those delicious things. All right. I think I hear my honey coming home. All right. My favorite are the cabbage and the carrots. They're probably my favorite part. Todd really likes the carrots and the potatoes. So.
I like the vegetables.
Yeah, he likes the vegetables. Come entertain them while I do this boring stuff.
Yeah, I like crap.
He looks like crap, he says. That can't be, right?
It's a 14-hour day. I'm really tired. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just fishing vegetables and not looking at them and paying attention.
Hey, everybody.
To them.
Oh, you're not?
But I'm trying to talk, but I generally just drain them so you don't have to do this process.
You really should try
so
it because
good.
I don't care for it, but Renee's recipe is really good.
His stepdad would make it for him when he was younger.
Ugh.
And he didn't care for it at all. Until Renee and her Irish heritage. I don't even know if I make it right. You know.
Well,
but it has the main components in it. So.
You touch on all the...
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I think I'm done trying to dig these out. I'm going to drain the rest.
Why don't you talk to him and I'll do that?
I'm going to drain. Okay, we'll have Todd drain the rest, and then we won't miss any of those vegetables swimming around in there.
I won't burn myself like she did.
Yeah, I burned myself. But look how beautiful that is, you guys. Look at that delicious plate of food right there. And then we're just going to take our corned beef. This one kind of got out of the ranks right here. Naughty little thing.
I think you got everything pretty much.
And we're just going to lay this corned beef right on the top. Just like this. Because it's the star. Just going to tuck these in down here. Kind of scoot it in. I'm just trying to make it look pretty.
She's all about the pretty.
Okay. And this last piece I'm going to stick right there. Okay. You guys ready for this awesome feast? Let's see what we got left in there. Just a few carrots and well, I don't want that pickle stuff, so.
Yeah,
okay, the seasoning we don't need.
That's the stuff the nightmares are made of.
Okay. All right, you guys. Ta-da! Ta-da! Beautiful tray of corned beef and cabbage. You guys, this feeds a lot of people. I hope that you try this because I know that you will love it. And then to go alongside of it,
Belinda says it looks amazing.
we got our hearty Irish soda bread. There we go.
It's really good.
That's what's for dinner. I hope that it inspired you. I hope I didn't bore you. I tried to time it as much as I could. When you go live and try to cook, you just never know what's going to happen. That's why I always do a blog. You'll have step-by-step instructions, pictures. Everything that you'll need is there on the blog if you want to try this. But yeah, we're super excited to eat this for dinner.
Yep, you really should. And the bread makes good French toast.
Yeah, we made, it's a little dense. I mean, Todd loved it. I like my French toast a little fluffier. But we made French toast with this, and it was super good. I'm never boring. Oh, okay, good. I just love to cook, and I want to share with you guys. I have so much to share with you. But this is a really simple dinner. It takes a little time, but it's time where you can just walk away and do other things. You don't have to stay with it and baby tend it. You just got to set a timer and let it go. And you go do what you need to do, except for don't leave the house. Don't go shopping. But if you have stuff to do at your house, just let this cook all day. And if you do it in the slow cooker, then you can leave your house and go all day. And it'll be fine. So, what? Oh, okay. Well, love you guys.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see you.
Glad I got to see you all.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. And this is Renee doing what I love. Bye.
Have a great night.